Hi guys, it's time to talk about my favourite hard rock and heavy rock albums of 2025. So before I start my list, I just want to say, like I said at the beginning of my other lists, trying to put albums and bands in certain categories ain't the easiest sometimes. With this, could they have been in the melodic rock genre? Should they be in the metal genre? Sometimes it's hard. So I did my best. I did a bit of research on all of them. Sometimes the band want to let themselves known as a certain genre, so I tried to stick with that as well. But it is what it is. But you get an overall. I'm going to do an overall list as well anyway for the end of the year. But what you will find is an AOR melodic rock list. You're going to find this list: hard rock, heavy rock, whatever you want to call it. Then you're going to get a metal list. Then you're going to get an overall list. So you're getting spoilt this year. So 10 albums to talk about, 10 being my least favourite of the top 10. And let me tell you, the biggest was hard rock, heavy rock. My favourite albums of the year. I think I can definitely say this is my favourite genre of music, because the list was massive. I listened to over 100 albums in general this year. Ain't even the end of the year yet, but I've got to get my list together. And out of that, it was really hard to choose. But I think this list is really spot on for me. I think it is what it is. Hopefully, you can put your lists below, but this is my list, going from 10 to 1. And number 10, Mark Morton, Without the Pain. So this is the second album from Mark Morton. Came out on April the 11th. He's the Lamb of God guitarist. And you usually if you're thinking Lamb of God, you'd probably put this in the metal list, wouldn't you? But this is a real cool southern rock album. You got some great guest vocalists on this: Cody Jinks, Charlie Starr, Matt James. Oh man, it's just full of great musicians. There's loads of different feels as well through this album, even though it's a southern rock album. You get there's really sort of authentic sort of acoustic parts. Then you get the harder edge stuff, all wrapped up in a brilliant southern rock album. If you want to check out some of these tracks, you got the title track is brilliant. You got Dust, and you got the closer Home, which is just tugs at the heartstrings. Moving on to my number 9, Crazy Lixx and Thrill of the Bite, the 8th studio album from this Swedish melodic hard rock band. On Frontiers, February the 14th, this came out. So, man, this is a great album. They are so consistent, this band. I think this is definitely a step up from the last album and in line with all of them because they're so consistent. It's almost like this one is like a blend of sort of 80s horror soundtracks and the LA glam scene. It's just brilliant, man. How I wish Def Leppard would sound, for sure. This is just what I miss about, they have got, for me, probably the closest band to them is classic high and dry Def Leppard. Danny Rexon excels in the songwriting throughout this album and the singing, of course. Very anthemic, massive choruses, of course. Some of my favourite songs are Who Said Rock and Roll Is Dead, Recipe for Revolution, and the brilliant Hunt for Danger. Coming in at number 8, This House We Built, Get Out of the Rain. The second album from this British rock band came out on November the 21st, self-released, brilliantly produced. This sounds maybe the best sounding album on this list. It just sounds amazing. It's hard rock with a sort of a classic and modern mix. There's shared vocals. There's a couple of songs sung from one guy, the rest are sung from the other. Both brilliant, but works brilliantly within each song. Rocking, groove-laden, hard rock. Some of my favourite songs are Addiction, Coming Home to You, and Better Man. Coming in at number 7, Wild Hearts and Wild and Free. So this came out on June the 13th on Good Time Music. And man, as I'm listening to this album, this is why my favourite genre is hard rock. It's just, they hit so hard, these songs. 11 tracks of brilliance here. Massive choruses, straight to the point hard rock, inspired by their love of 80s hard rock, like it says the band themselves said, like Whitesnake, Def Leppard, Y&T, etc. Love this album. It's really cool, sort of mid-80s sounding hard rock. Some of my favourite tracks: Mistreat Me Right, Hey Man, and We Are the Ones. Coming in at number 6, Edgeland and Tunnels. This came out on September the 19th. Swedish hard rock band. And again, I did mention, you know, bands could venture. You could put them in another category. I suppose this band you could, very close to metal, you know, but I don't know. I was sort of fighting myself on it, but I put them in the hard rock one. Heavy bass lines, sort of cutting guitar riffs, pounding drums, and brilliant vocals on this album. Most of the time they can sort of rock alongside the likes of like Eclipse and things like that, and then they have more of a sort of metal sort of sound, like Metallica, I suppose, you know. But some of the brilliant songs on this are Valley of Kings, Final Breath, and the brilliant The Release. Coming in at number 5, Those Damn Crows and God-Shaped Hole. The 4th studio album came out from this band, came out on April the 11th on Earache Records. They're a Welsh modern rock band. Amazing live band. I've seen them 3 times now. One time only recently. Amazing band on record, amazing band live. They have everything to make it much bigger than what they are. They had a number 1 with this album in this country as well. The frontman Shane Greenall is just an amazing vocalist, and stage presence and all that is just amazing. Emotion just runs through these songs, whether they're heavy, whether they're quieter songs. Check out the songs Glass Heart, the really emotional, personal song Still, and the excellent No Surrender. Coming in at number 4, W.E.T and Apex. This album came out on Frontiers Records on March the 28th. It's the 5th studio album from this Swedish supergroup. There's no point in even talking about these guys anymore. I've done a top 10 on them. I've done everything I can, and they are amazing. Eric Martinson and Jeff Scott Soto obviously are the main guys in this band. And they just get better and better and better. Heavy riffs, so classic sounding at the same time. We've always got a modern edge to them as well. Such an epic sounding album. Sounds huge, of course. Eric Martinson's production is always spot on. But check out Believer. It's like Swedish heavy rock metal song. What Are We Waiting For is just amazing. Love Conquers always one of the best ballads I've ever heard. And the amazing and epic Where Are the Heroes Now? Brilliant album.
So I realised while I was editing the video, I actually missed out on number 3, the amazing H.E.A.T and Welcome to the Future. So this came out on Frontiers Records on April the 25th, the 8th studio album from this brilliant Swedish melodic rock band. It's the 4th album with Kenny Lacremo since he's returned. This is the 2nd album since his return. Hard-edged, heavy rock, really sounding like a harder-edged Europe. Just amazing sounding album this is. My favourite H.E.A.T album, actually. I mean, I haven't ranked them, but whether that's because it's this year and it's still fresh, I don't know. But at the moment, it's my favourite H.E.A.T album, and that says a lot. So this pulls no punches whatsoever. Check out the brilliant Children of the Storm. Bad Time for Love is an amazing song, and the excellent Call My Name.
Coming in at number 2, Sarayasign and Shadows of the Dying Light. This is the 3rd album from this brilliant Swedish band. Came out on Black Lodge Records just recently, actually, in Halloween, October the 31st. Concept album surrounding the world of Saraya. If you follow this band, each album is a concept album within the story. Ambitious, some of the best storytelling they've done. So epic, ambitious and epic storytelling, and along with that, it's more than matched by the brilliant songwriting as well and instrumentation. Excellently produced by Jacob Hansen as well. Man, this is an amazing album, and another one that could venture into a metal album. I think it sits nicely here within hard rock, melodic hard rock, if you like. Some of the brilliant songs on this are Worlds Apart, The Wanderer, and One Last Cry. And coming in at number 1, Ray of Light and Salute. This came out on February the 14th on Basis Music. This is a German melodic hard rock band. Although this is their debut, they are members of the Frontline band. Now, this is an album as well. We've talked about genre crossing, if you like. Could have maybe made it onto the AOR melodic rock, but have got some harder edge music as well. So I think it's the right place, in my opinion, anyway. Man, this is such an amazing album. It's my number one, isn't it? Greg Cromack on vocals. I'd say one of the best performances of the year. He has got some class, man. He's got grit to his voice. He's got brilliant tone, strength. I love his vocals. Every song on here is just pure class, and it's written. This album sounds like it's written to stand the test of time. It's something like, you know, when you hear it, it's like, man, that's how songwriting should be done. Amazing, it really is. Check out Fall Into Pieces, Stand Up, and How Long. Just amazing. So guys, that's my top 10 hard rock, heavy rock, melodic hard rock, whatever you want to call it, top 10. So guys, let me know in the comments below your list for this year, for your favorites. I'd love to see them. Till next time, see you soon.